Yeah.
We met at Chipotle. Like, think about that. And we like hang out all the time. And we met at Chipotle.
Yeah. And so, I mean, she broke some of the rules, but, and as did I did break some of the rules, but
what rules were they? Did she walk up to you and start doing her motivational speaker shit?
It was kind of, she was kind of, and so I assess things. So I went to Chipotle and, I was on one of my days. Actually, I was actually speaking for a buddy that night. So I was just going over my stuff by myself. And I was not on, I don't sit on my phone when I eat by myself. I look, people watch, I observe. Yep. Like, it's just a tactic.
He kept on looking over at me because he thought I was cute.
So,
but he denies that. He says I was, but.
So like I was eating and you could feel like somebody staring.
Oh my God. No.
And I literally okay, so I'm going to get caught staring. So I if a guys do this, learn how to play eye games. Learn how to play like the catch and miss. It's a catch and miss game. And if you want to find a fun, somebody will role play. Once you understand the art of playing eye games, you're going to have other avenues. So you, as a guy, you would look away and then you want to get caught. As a guy, you want to, but
you want to get caught?
Absolutely, you want to get caught. Just for
because that way she knows you're interested.
Yeah. Right? So but when you look away and get caught and look right away, you look like you're scared. So if we let's
okay, let's role play.
I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna give
pretend you're back at Chipotle.
Okay, no. I'm gonna show you how. Let me show them how to do it.
Okay,
like what we're doing. I'm gonna give this a synopsis.
How about eventually we do like a 3-part, and you could do it on here because remember I said you should teach how to do women, so you could do your 3-part series with Doug and you guys talk about it of tips for men to do with women. I'm always thinking about things to do. Yeah. So we'll talk about it later.
So it would be like this. I was sitting parallel on person, so it would have to be a obvious turn of the head. So I saw her with a nice looking black dude that was bald and he was probably about 6'3". You probably know I was. No, don't say nobody's name.
No, I'm not saying a name. It wasn't anything like that. It was someone that I was meeting with that's opening a restaurant.
Allegedly. Okay. Allegedly. Okay. See, and we got to talk about that whole thing too. Guys.
If you don't mind me, Rich, the chat has a question here for you. Okay. He goes, Caneless, can you really call them rules if you are willing to let the other person break them without consequences? When you said there is rules. Because when you said she broke some rules when you guys first met at Chipotle is what I believe he was getting.
Well, I'm still here, obviously, so
yeah, there are rules and boundaries, but if you break rules, there are repercussions for that. We sit on the throne of consequence and correction. And so to answer his question, yeah, I have rules, but when rules are broken, this is where I act according. You treat somebody according to their actions. Say my rules are this: I do not sit in corners. You made me sit in a corner. I can say, okay, since he did make me sit in this corner and I told him I don't want to sit in the corner, that's my option. I'm probably not coming back now. These are my rules because this has happened. But as far as the rules, I'm talking about rules according to ethics, gentleman's guide and classy things. A woman is, hold on, Gypsy. A woman is never supposed to avail herself, not hit on. I'm not saying hit on, avail herself while she's with another guy. Yeah. That's not something even though if I was with a woman and I had no erotic interest at all and she did that, first of all, I would correct it on the spot. And so what the dude did, he was just he was in his feelings.
Yeah. But I kind of go in his shell a little bit.
It wasn't even like that though.
But even you're doing this. So this happens a lot. This is a prime example. This is what I'm saying. Yep. Women will put woman logic on man philosophy and behavior. It doesn't work. She has her woman logic on. Wait, what's it like that? Then it's no, I'm telling you, these are just the rules. You're not supposed to do that. Nobody.
Oh, but I have to add one thing. I think it was either 2 or 3 times I got mad at Joe about something because he pushes my butt, but in a good way because I'm growing. And I was like, I'm never talking to you again. He goes, you'll be back. And then a few days later, hey, what's up?
Right. I heard she'll be like, I'm done. You ain't done with me. I make that decision. But so
the arrogance behind it. But yeah, I guess
I'm not arrogant. No, I'm not arrogant. And so this guy, he's with her. So when I'm on my way out, I was playing iGame. I caught but I'm like, what the heck? How did you get her? I'm like, whatever. So I'm thinking she's obviously. But then I see I can tell on certain things when a woman is not really attentive to the guy. She was kind of on her phone and she was looking around. She kept I'm thinking,
he was in the friend zone.
No, I think that he did
not even friend. He was someone to work.
No. He did. I don't see those things are everybody is at live. So we use that friend zone quality. Every woman can be swept off and every guy can be seduced. Every guy, like so like when you have those elements, like it's just human nature. Like for instance, if you and her were on an island together for 3 years, there's going to be some form of erotic desire. It's just a human nature. Like it's gonna happen. So like when you say friend, like it's a guy can do the wrong thing or a woman can do the wrong thing. Like I'm a jerk when it comes to like women. Like if a woman does certain things, I'm turned off. Like I'll treat her according to like you're one of the bros. I'm about to talk to you like a bro. Like you're not about like
you'd never do that. I can't picture you doing that.
Oh, okay. Okay. So the dude there is like saying things I hear is he's trying to sell himself, and I was like, oh, he's one of those. So I'm not ear hustling, but he's so freaking loud. So I look over, I look over at him, and I'm like, I look over at him. I'm like, I have skills and tactics to lure people. So when you meet a guy, it's a power move I learned from my father. So you would stand up and like shake a guy's hand. And so what I did was I took his hand. I made him come to me, right? Look, so he had to shake my hand. So like shake my like. So see how she come into me?
Yep.
I did that to him, right? I did that power move to him, like, and he went for it. So like I just kind of like, and like he came up and like I say I always control everything. So I say I'm Joseph. So that made him tell me his name. Chuck or whatever, Bob or whatever, Sam or whatever his name was. And so I'm like, hey, how you doing, man? And he's like, yeah, do I know you from somewhere? I'm like, oh, you play ball? So I'm building a rapport.
I know you're trying to look for something you have common with the person or anything to build
all I was strategically doing, I was ignoring her, so she had to chime in. I was very tactful. Like
probably didn't take very long for Gypsy to chime in.
You were ignoring me on purpose?
On purpose, yeah. So I knew like she's gonna be
she'd take the bait eventually.
Yeah, like it's a human. Like I'm masterful at what I was doing. So like I didn't want. And then she starts saying, oh yeah, we and us. And I'm like, oh, hey, okay, I guess I will meet you too. Yeah. So I did the same power to her. I made her get up and shake I just stood there. I stiffened my arm. Like if you're ever going to meet a male, what you do is you stiffen your arm and you make them come into you. And a guy can tell a lot of personality based off a handshake. I mean, it's an own ancient, that's why we started making connection with touch. And so
I used to go like this, and then people called me out. Shake my hand.
Yeah.
And then I realized that was really like
pretty,
pretty to bend it and
you don't want to do that.
Right. So I quit. But is that funny?
That would show a lack of substance. Like first, I would consider like who are you around that hasn't told you that, like that you ain't got nobody that of any status, of any influence that hasn't allowed you to do that. That if I seen that, so I did that, and we start talking, and she says, "Hey, have a seat. We want to pick your brain on some stuff."
Right.
And then I knew it was like, anytime somebody asks you your name and then asks you what you do, that tells me a lot of things. Please, people, don't be offended. Please people don't be offended with what I'm about to say. When a person says, "Hey, what's your name and what you do," immediately within 3 questions, that tells me that they're either A, not happy with their success, 2, have a money problem, or all about other people's status.
Yes.
I didn't ask you that because I didn't know you were a pastor then.
He did.
Oh, he did. Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's not all about you right now. I'm telling the story. Okay. But he goes, what do you do, man?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he's
little energetic about it too.
Yeah. So like a huge percent of America hates their job.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know the exact numbers. I think it was something
probably over 50.
It was over
like 80. Yeah.
No, it was like 70. I don't know. I don't like to say things that's not true on the air or in general because that can contaminate my success. I know it's a high percentage that people hate their job. I don't know what the exact math is. We could Google it, but by me knowing that, I don't ever engage in something that could be distasteful. with somebody, meeting them firsthand. So when he did that, I was like, oh, that's lack of a lot to not know that. And it's just casual conversation. We're all about status in America.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, it doesn't matter like what you do, like what you do. Like, do you love doing it? Are you happy? Does your family like people?
No one asks if you're happy.
Yeah,
That's
nobody. Are you happy? What are your weekend plans? I mean, these are the engagements of to really know a person's, personality, what they're about. So he does that. So I engage. I just tell him, actually, I'm a pastor, and like I don't ever want to be this guy. Hey, I'll let other people figure that out.
There's so many judgments and stereotypes.
Right. All of a sudden, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't swear on you. I can't wear cleavage. I can't. You know what I mean? Yeah,
but that's why we're good at what we do, because I'm open. Like I mean, like Jesus came to the lost. I mean, like, not saying that they're lost and flawed, but like if you're already holy, you already got a relationship. I don't want to. You got it. Go ahead. I'm looking for people that have a desire to be like, I want to change. I want to do something different. My life is good, but it could be better with another higher element, a higher spirit. Like that's that. I want to endorse that, embrace that. So I'm never going to hide from my calling and what God has called me to do. I'm going to embrace it, but I'm not going to volunteer and tell you, hey man, what you doing? Hey, guess what? Hey, I'm not going to do that. So when he does that, I engage it. So they start asking about the area. Oh, wow. I'm like, man, this lady is bold. Like, and he sits on the other side. So I sat by.
I low-key felt cool vibes. Like I wanted to exchange information, but I didn't. But like, it was a weird thing because there's nothing with the guy, but I could still feel like he was kind of like salty.
Yeah, I could tell too. Because
what he was talking about earlier, though, when like you said he was a friend, but if you called him, like he'd be about it.
I could tell based off his body because
he wanted to do.
When she started talking, he started getting in his feelings. I saw the energy shift.
Did he get a little closer to her at all?
No. Or? I like that. Class is when everybody around you is comfortable. That's what class is, right? So what I did was I strategically incorporated him in the conversation. Yeah, that's just a nice thing to do. And I look at it from another perspective. Like he might be in love with this girl or something on the low end. Ain't telling like you don't want no guy. Like so, I was like,
you're not trying to step on anyone's toes.
Yeah. So I kept engaging him. So we're a unit, and that conversation is my strength. Like that, I'm good at. That's one of my gifts is being a conversationalist. So I kept on engaging him with her. And what do you think? She would ask me. It's like, what do you think too? So like he wasn't thinking like I was sitting down being malicious. So when I got up, she was like, what's your contact info? And I'm like, oh, okay. I said, that's not according to gentlemen. You don't do that with another man present. You let him do that. And then you transfer.
No, I said it was I was like, oh, you do a prison women's group. Can I get your number?
But you let the man do that. You let the man do that.
But I thought you were going to leave and you were really cool. I felt
but whatever you're justifying it.
So she asked you for your number.
Yeah.
You guys are talking about. Yeah. In front of the dude that you were with.
Yeah. So nobody would like that. Then like then like the dude, he didn't look like he was with it. But I think that I
was supposed to meet up with him the next day, and I didn't like hear anything.
But this is what she didn't realize.
But it was about work stuff.
But I picked up he's using the work stuff. Like some guys like somebody did this to my sister. Had her come out to Ruth Chris with me, and we want to discuss business. He come there, he got roses, lemon, and she's like, I thought this was business. Oh yeah, just order steak, and like, and they didn't discuss nothing about work. And then next thing you know, she's pregnant with his baby.
Oh my god! One time I met this guy on Craigslist. This is when I wasn't out. Because he needed help with his taco truck or whatever, and I was like, cool. I wanted to get into like food. This is when I was an alcoholic, and we went to the bar. We went to I think Chianti Grill, and we started talking about business. But we ended up getting so drunk that we got cut off, and then we got escorted out of the place. And I took an Uber home. Yeah. So
yeah. But see, people got to realize. All men have a tool, right? Everybody has a tool. If a guy says,
and everyone's got a different tool. Also.
Like a tool?
No, a tool like some.
Talk about like metaphor.
Okay, so I'll break it down for you. Some guys use humor. Some guys use success. Some guys use money. Some guys use their business. Some guys use
manipulation.
What's your tool?
Even dark tools.
What's your tool?
I can't tell you that.
No, you said that you can tell. He texted me and said he can tell that I like black guys because of my nails. Yeah. And then you asked if I'm a serial killer.
That was to okay. I did.
So what is that, humor?
No. So no.
Oh no! You asked him a serial killer, and then you said, "Do you only kill black guys because of your nails?"
Yeah. So wait. So I'll be honest. If you're asking, I don't want to withhold. So if you're asking my tools, I got a couple. So it's levels. It's layered. So for instance, if I get a woman out. Conversation, security, humor. And then if that doesn't work, I find myself to a piano. And from a piano, I think I can lure, because music sets atmospheres. Music can change. It could do different things. Yeah. So like depending what my intention are. So that's why I say I can't answer that. I don't know. It would be if I'm liking a woman erotically, I'm probably going to cook or do something and then get to a keyboard or engage in stimulating conversation. Like I have rules to like, no woman's ever going to be like, he did this and was weird and awkward. And like, no, I'm going to let the woman avail herself. And then I react to that. I don't have a plan of like, oh, I'm going to get her in bed this way. It's like, no, yeah. I like this. When you go into it like that, it's usually a failure. But if you have a tactful, like, this is how I move. Like, I'm a gentleman. You're going to be safe. Ain't nobody ever going to mess with you while you're with me. It's like, those are just absolutes. And then when you start being around me more, if your mind's being stimulated and I'm learning, I will invest more. It's gauges. It depends. Like no woman just automatically gets to deal with me on the highest level just because she's a woman. Like you got to earn that. You got to earn.
Is one of your tactics being like, oh, I need to do laundry at midnight?
Oh man, you're okay. Oh,
is she calling you out?
Yeah,
right now?
I'm wondering, is that one of your tactics for women? Because there's guys out there that do that. I'm wondering, have you ever done that before?
All about this. It's better to ask.
No, this isn't a personal.
Asking to do laundry in the morning is better than just saying, "What are you doing at 2 a.m?"
Yeah. I'm just saying. I know that there's guys out there that have done that. I'm not saying anything about Joe. But I'm just saying guys have done that.
Yeah, okay. There's guys I had to mature. Like so, before I gave my life to Christ, my whole motive was to do anything productive today, and at night I need to get laid. Like, why a desire?
Is it like an addiction, like how I was addicted to alcohol?
Yeah, I was a
sex is a big addiction. I'd say.
Yeah, no, I'm a sex addict too. That's why I gave it up.
Yeah, even for people who aren't having any sex, can be extremely addicted to sex.
Right,
it's a humane thing.
I wouldn't do it with random people, but when I did, it was like 6 times a day.
It's a humane thing. Okay.
Wait, what are you doing 6 times a day? Having sex or masturbating, or both?
So. I actually a month ago, I gave up my vibrator because I was late for 2 podcasts and I was like, you know what? I'm talking about discipline, but yet I'm sitting there using my dildo and being late. Like I'm not doing, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm talking about this, but I was like, I'm not doing it anymore and I had to give it up. But it is.
You're probably gonna get 1,000 views for this podcast.
Well, maybe, who knows?
Just listen. So I had to be like, okay, I'm not gonna use that anymore. But back in March, when I did meet someone, I did end up getting swollen and doing it like 6, maybe even 7 times a day. But I don't just go with random people.
See, who has time to do it 7 times a day?
It wasn't for an extended period of time. But then if I don't, so if it's a particular person, but like not like the average person like couldn't do that. You know, I'm a sucker for soul snatchers. If someone was a soul snatcher.
What the heck is a soul snatcher? That sounds like some demonic, like, give me your soul. I want the whole soul.